diesel vans.
What's the tunnel?
Use it, get a diesel van. They said, get a diesel van. Yeah? Now look.
Everyone has to borrow money to buy a new van.
You're going to have to pay to go through the Blackwall Tunnel soon.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm trying to think of then.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay to go through that soon. So not only you got to pay ULEZ, you've got to pay to go through the bloody tunnle.
His would have actually touched water in the toilet.
No,
not like
he
yours.
would, yeah. His would be going down the U-bend,
like a curly whirly.
And the rats would be gnawing at it. It's fucking massive.
This guy at the rugby club, he put a photo in our group. This must have been about 3-4 years ago. He said, I've just been attacked by a bear. And he had like the claw marks on his back. Mm-hmm. So they was doing like a barbecue. I'm sure it was America, next to a lake. And this bear started walking towards his girlfriend. Hello, welcome to
Off the Job
Overtime, where there's banter and your stories shared. Please be warned, there may be some general explicit content. Welcome back to the show, Overtime show. It's how are you feeling today, by the way?
I'm all right. I'm good.
Do you know what day it is?
What day is it?
It is National Blue Monday Day. So you know you get the Monday blues.
All right, yeah.
The third Monday in January is the National Blue Monday Day.
I'll tell you what, right? Funny you should mention that, because when I went to get a coffee this morning, I put my bank card on the old tapper and it said card declined. And I was like, what? I'm sure there was £100 in there. Do you know what I mean? And then I looked, and then a load of bills had come out, and then I had to transfer a bit of money from an account to another account, and then so I could just a fiver, so I could get a coffee. Like,
but no, we're
here.
We're alive.
Huh?
We're alive.
We're alive. Yeah. But then as well, I took the wrong. I don't know how I missed the turn in here. I've been coming here for weeks.
Oh, yeah, you rang me, said I just drove past the
I was like, and then
you must have been zoned out.
No, it said 16 minutes, and then I looked on the thing, like on the sat nav, because I then put the sat nav on, and then it said, you know, when it goes into 2 lanes, it says keeping these 2 lanes or keeping that. So I kept in the lane it said, and then I realised that I wasn't in the lane that it said, and it took me down to what is it?
Where?
Rotham.
You weren't near Dartford.
I've gone past Dartford. That's what I mean.
Where did you come from last night?
From Brentwood area.
Oh, so you stayed on the M25?
Yeah, I stayed on the M25, but got off the next stop when I shouldn't.
Oh, you'd have had to go on Swanley. That was a mission.
Oh, mate. 29 extra minutes.
That's Bruton.
What?
Do you mean Bruton?
Bruton? Rotham.
I hate that.
WROTHAM. Is that it? Rotham?
Bruton.
Bruton, yeah, maybe.
We don't know how to pronounce things around these places from Essex.
That's one of my worst things. If I'm driving,
Bruton.
if I've got a long...
Bruton? What name that is? And the girls down in...
If I've got a long
down
journey...
in Bruton, we root them.
If I've got a long journey and I miss the turning, that pisses me off.
Yeah, it's awful.
And it adds time to your journey. I hate it.
Nightmare. I hate driving anyway, to be quite honest with you.
You love driving to London.
Don't. I don't even want to remember them days. Like, they wasn't that long ago, but I don't have to do it anymore.
When's the last time you actually went to London?
Last week.
Work. Was that a comedy show though?
Oh yeah, that was a comedy show. Yeah.
What, when you got through to the next round?
I got through to the next.
Well done.
Got through to the next round. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
How many people was in it too?
It's probably the only funny thing you've said. No, there's 10 people in it.
That's good.
It's only amateur.
It's all special. It's all experience, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all experience. I've got it's in the semi-final of this competition. It's in February, so hopefully I can get through to the final. You lot, are you going to come?
Yes.
Yeah. But if I get
you
to
don't
the
let
final,
us know when you're going.
No, I try and keep it a little bit
low.
low.
So when
key,
is the final?
Post it all over Instagram. What?
When is the final? Have they put a date?
I don't know when the final is.
How many rounds too?
There's another heat, which is the semi-final, and that's for me. That's February the 6th. So we'll have a go. Put new material. I've got some new bits to put in that one as well.
That's cool. What you're going to take Hammer this time?
No, I don't know. Yeah,
what made you take Stilson's on the stage?
I don't know, because what it was, I was thinking of stuff to say because I was obviously in my plumbing clothes, and I thought I'm just going to go as a plumber. But the thing is about
Did you walk on with it over your shoulder?
yeah. The thing is about it, one of the rules, what I was taught, is don't ever tell the audience, a paying audience especially, don't ever tell them that you're a plumber. Yeah? Because they haven't come to see a plumber, they've come to see a comedian, right? Especially a paying audience, innit? So I go there and
First thing you do.
Yeah, and the first thing I do is
Tell
I've
them
got
you're
a
a
pair of
plumber.
Stiltons over my shoulders. But I threatened them and made sure that there was going to be none of that. And it was all right. But yeah, so some of the times I've gone on there and I've said that you never tell a paying audience. So I say, so for the benefit of yourselves, I used to be a plumber 2 hours ago.
Come from a job.
Yeah.
But no, that's good that you got through.
Yeah. So
What'd you do the weekend?
just chilled
Chilled.
out.
Any TV? What are you watching on TV?
Glad you asked me that. Right. Saltburn.
What? You was cooking, you got Saltburn. No? Like salt gets in your wound from cooking.
No. It's not really a subject, is it? That? I mean, that's torture. That's a torture tactic, not a cooking.
Yeah,
Not
it's more
something
like-
you really say about. No, Saltburn is a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a British movie. It's
Documentary or movie?
No, it's a movie.
Well, it's just come out.
I said it was a movie.
Has it just come out?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just come out, right? Fucking hell, Jesus. Right, so the weirdest film I've seen in a long time. Robbie, you've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some bits in. I don't want to
So what's it
spoil
about?
It's about. I think it's about Oxford students. Yeah, one of them's quite. Would you call it? He's from an aristocratical family type sort of thing, and he is admired by another male Oxford student who basically falls in love with him, and he gets invited back to the place, the manor house, which is called Saltburn. That is the name of the manor, isn't it? And some weird and strange things happen. And me and my partner was watching it. I was thinking to myself, what it's done? Do you know what it's done? Right? It's catapulted Katie Spector back into the charts because of a certain scene at the end where a little short bloke with a big knob is dancing around, basically. And she never foresee that coming. And to be quite honest, neither did I. Do you know what I mean? But there is a couple.
What do you mean big knob swinging around? That actually happened?
I mean, you'd have to duck. It's massive.
So
He's fucking massive.
his would have actually...
I mean, a lot of knobs are massive.
His
compared
would
to
have
mine,
actually touched water in the toilet.
No,
Not like
he
yours.
would, yeah. His would be going down the U-bend,
Like a curly
mate,
whirly.
and the rats would be gnawing at it. It's fucking massive. Yeah, they're good at it. I mean, yeah, mate, yeah.
I'll have to watch it then.
Yeah. No, watch it. Yeah, it's
Definitely.
But what was the? There was another bit in it. I tell you, that's what I was saying. I was saying to my missus because it's like weird. I'm just weirded out. I'm watching. I'm going, why is this up for awards? Like, why is it up for awards? And after, I'll tell you why it's up for awards because.
Well, that's after you watched it or during it?
No, after during it, I'm watching it. I'm thinking, why is this film up for awards? I don't get it. But after the film, I realised why it is up for awards because the whole time I was wearing my tracksuit bottoms back to front. Yeah, the pocket was at the front. I was like so engrossed in it, I didn't even realise that I'd dressed myself fucking backwards. Yeah, that is how focused I was on it. Just get you like that. I stood up and went. Hey, my tracksuit bottoms are the wrong way round. The drawstrings are at the back. The little back pockets on the front. Yeah. Great film. I advise you to watch it if you like weird shit and big dicks. I'm not that I like big dicks, but but it's something to watch and talk about with your missus. I have a missus. I don't. Enough dicks. No. Right, carry on.
One thing I did watch that you're going to be impressed by was Only Fools and Horses.
Hey!
Only a 4-minute clip though.
What?
I wanted to watch the chandelier clip and he says, "One more turn, Dell."
Del Boy.
No, he says Del. I made sure of that. It weren't Del Boy.
Oh, he said Del Boy.
I watched it 4 times
Did
to
he,
make sure I
Del?
said it right.
Did he say Del?
Del, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, it was.
You watched 4 minutes. You invested.
She tried to make me watch another 45 minutes. I was like, we'll save that for another time.
What
So
else?
all I got stuck in my head since.
What
I
else
watched it
was you
one more-
doing with the other 40 minutes of time that you didn't watch
Oh,
it?
just a clip.
I know you watched the clip, but
Yeah.
like, what did you do with the rest of your time when you could have actually watched the most famous?
I think
Only
we
Fools and Horses
watched.
episode?
We like The Traitors. Have you ever seen that
Yeah,
game
yeah,
show? It's really
yeah.
good.
I actually is it the second series?
Second,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first series, I don't know her, but we was talking about that comedy show. She's actually in it, Hannah Chofsky. I can't remember. I can't pronounce her name now, but she's actually an MC at that club that I do the
Okay.
Dewberry What's It at the comedy competition. At.
Yeah, I loved that show. And then I said to Lyd, I was like, what couples show, not that we're a couple, could me and Pete go on?
What?
A show where you need 2 people. And she said, what about The Hunted? Have you ever said that?
The Hunted. I've heard of it.
They basically, pairs of people get chased by the police. They have to basically get away from the
Oh
police.
yeah, I've seen that old shit.
Should we go on it?
No, it's like what load of shit.
Well, we can be
the whole
close to the
time.
10.
That program is just a load of crap. I've seen it.
No, it's
yeah.
good.
Like they've got a camera on them all the time, ain't they?
Yeah, I've heard it's a bit.
It's you know what I mean.
It
They've
don't
got-
make sense. You're trying to get away and they're following you with a camera.
Yeah, it's like the camera bloke's got a massive camera, but he's managing to keep up with them. Like, no, that's not for me. No, I don't. You go on it if you want.
Well, on my own, you need someone else.
Go on with that. Take Abs. She'd love that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
she's
Lydia
part
will
girl.
be out there.
Find out something new about myself every day.
I had to put up flat pack this weekend.
Oh yeah, what one? What was it?
A day bed.
A day bed.
Everyone says, "What's a day bed?" When I say that, a sofa that turns into a bed or a chair.
It's
that
a sofa
turns
bed.
A day bed.
That's a sofa
It's
bed.
another word. Day bed.
No, it's a sofa bed.
No.
Day bed. Then people are making up
I
words.
hate
of things.
flat pack,
Shit
and
in
it
it.
causes so many arguments.
Does it?
Yeah.
Why? Because you're shit at it.
No. When you got someone helping you, don't know what they're doing. You're like, oh dear.
Oh. Lid. Did
Take
you
this
hear
bit
that?
out. Take this bit out.
No, don't. No, don't. You don't know what you're doing.
No, it was. I spent most of my weekend doing that. Bloody hate it.
A whole weekend making
Most.
one bed.
All right, it took me 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
When you haven't got a good apprentice with you, it takes a lot longer.
How long does a sofa bed take to put together?
Wardrobes are the worst.
I'll put a double bed. I'll put a single bed
Wardrobes.
together in like an hour or two. My missus will confirm that. Just saying, I'm probably actually more practically gifted with my hands than you.
No, I
I'm
disagree.
getting so arrogant.
I
I've
disagree.
got to stop. I've got to stop. It's the cameras.
Get into you. But yeah,
No, that was your weekend, was it?
that was my week.
Did you not cook dinner? Did you not have anything? Did you not
Yes.
make a turmeric shot for me
I
again?
always make breakfast.
Oh yeah, I make breakfast.
Get up and make breakfast. We had bacon and avocado on one bit of toast, and then scrambled egg on avocado on the next.
Very Gordon Ramsay.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I
Cheerios.
just done a bacon and egg wrap, didn't I? With mushrooms. Yeah, I like wraps. I like a wrap. Bacon egg wrap.
Should go on stories then.
Yeah.
So stories of the week for this week. And I just want to mention something. If you're watching today, we record last Monday, so it's not National Blue Monday today.
Oh, yeah. We better make sure.
So we was talking about the pre-weekend.
Yeah.
So don't think it's National Blue
It's
Day
not
today.
today.
They
Blue
might listen,
Monday's not today. It's last week.
they might
You're
listen on a
all right.
Tuesday.
You're all right.
Yeah.
It might be on a Tuesday. It's not Monday if it's Tuesday. You'll be able to work that one out for yourselves, I think. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, stories of the week.
Yeah.
We love a story.
You got any good ones?
It says, this is free actually from one person.
Oh, right. It's
And
not
he's
the same
called it
bloke. It's
free-
not the same bloke who put in them jokes last week, is it?
No, I've deleted his number. 3 gold ones. So, a plumber, apprentice. Was he guest at this time? I don't know. But he was working in a house with the guy that was training him, and he was doing some soldering. It was a new build. And turned up. Fuck, I don't want to mention that prick's name. I hate him.
No, leave
Because
that
this
in.
is someone I know.
Leave it in, leave it in, leave it in.
No,
yeah.
no.
He's a prick.
So the site manager turns up.
This is what's going to get us views. You calling people pricks.
No, that ain't staying.
Fuck it. Put it in.
All right, he's a prick.
He's a prick.
So obviously this is someone I know that sent this story in.
Yeah.
So the site manager turns up.
That
While
was a prick.
yeah, it's a site manager.
Confirm that. He's a site manager.
He's the builder.
in the Kent area.
No.
He's a prick.
This ain't staying in, by the way. This is coming out.
Oh, come on.
So the site manager turns up with the client, and he is soldering, and he sets alight the insulation where he's soldering.
Done that, yeah.
So he's panicking, trying to run to the... At a site, you don't really have much water, do you? There's no water. You've got a portaloo and probably an outside tap.
Yeah.
So he's run to the outside tap to get the water, trying to put it out while the client's standing there with the site manager, trying to not realise that he's set alight to his house.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Is that it? Right, so, like, okay, so let me elaborate on that one, right? Because I've done exactly the same thing. Because I was working in a house and I was burning in, yeah? And what happened was I was burning in next to a soil stack, right? But what I didn't know about the soil stack was it was fucking soundproofed with fucking straw, right? And the heat transfer off the pipe, there was probably a flame involved, right? The flame nicked a bit of straw, that fucker went up like a chimney, like that. And like you say, the water weren't on because I was working on the plumbing in the kitchen. So I had an open-ended fucking stopcock. I keep swearing, you'll have to bleep this out, right? I had an open-ended stopcock and I just flooded the place. The tenant come in, right, I call him a tenant. He was drinking tenants at the time with his mate. They was both in the front room. They go, Jesus Christ, right? So they're swimming, they're getting buckets from the swimming pool outside and we're throwing it over the thing. They've gone upstairs. I'm ready to hand in the towel. Like, it's done, boys, it's done. And they're like, no, I'm still drinking their tenants. Chucking it down the boxing from upstairs in the bathroom. They eventually got it out. Anyway, I phoned me boss.
How big was this flame?
Oh, mate,
Chucking
it was
buckets
to the
over
ceiling. The flames had gone up for the ceiling and ripped the boxing off and it was up the stairs. I was shitting myself, right? Shitting myself. And then so I phoned me boss after they got it out. I went, we've had a bit of a problem. He went, what's the problem? I said, I've had a bit of a fire. He went, Pete, is that a fire engine I can hear in the background, right? So the fire engine turned up, and what it was like a prefabbed house. They got there, they've gone through everything. They said, 2 more minutes, this house, next house, would have been done. If it hadn't been for those two drunks sitting in the front room putting it out, right? But I was quite happy just to pay ever how much money it was for a new washing machine that got damaged and their laundry because the whole house stunk of smoke. So yeah, that was my one.
I've never, when you're soldering, you just don't you don't care.
I remember
even
soldering.
if there's wood in the background, you just burn it.
I remember soldering and doing joists now. I'd never do it again. I've
Yeah, just like a little flame pops
I've got
up.
heat mat down there. But this is why I like press now. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're working in a loft, right, that cuts all that out, doesn't it? I've worked in eaves before with a blowtorch, and it's so dodgy, innit? And the thing is, that's the thing, you meant to have a fire extinguisher when you're blowing in. You should do. And I had a fire extinguisher, get them serviced. I hadn't got mine serviced. Mine come out, when I sprayed it, it come out like my granddad's piss with a prostate problem. Do you know what I mean? It was like that. It was mental. Scary
I bet a lot of
shit.
people don't carry one.
Oh no, you know loads of people going houses without.
I never carried one.
Yeah.
I've only got one in mine because it's a camper van now.
But people are so blasé about it. You should really take a fire extinguisher. When you're burning in, you should have a fire extinguisher. Yeah. Or get a press gun. Do it at press.
Do Do they tell you that when you're training?
What?
Go to a plumbing course. Do you have a fire extinguisher next to you when you're soldering? You don't.
You should have, yeah. That would be part of it.
It's not ingrained in people, though, is it, to do it?
Nah, because they'll go on site with Jim, who's got like been in the game for 30 years, and he's an old school old boy, whatever. And it's not. They ain't so health. Look, plumbers in the old days, all tradesmen in the old days, weren't so health and safety conscious as what they are now, aren't they? Don't get me wrong. I think health and safety has gone mental, like stupidly mental. But if you are burning in, have a fire extinguisher. Because
When you're on site, you need like hot works permit just
Yeah, I
for a
know.
grinder.
yeah, I know.
That's not even like soldering's a lot worse.
You know, but I've seen things catch fire off of a grinder. If you think about it, if you're spraying that amount of like sparks, and there is like again insulation about or whatever, it can happen.
Just takes to be dry, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like these wildfires that happened last year.
Where?
You didn't hear about the wildfire?
What, in Australia?
No, here in Dartford.
Was it?
Wasn't it, Robbie?
Yeah.
Dartford Heath.
Was it?
Well, the whole heath went up.
Bloody hell.
It's
Oh,
still,
heath
it's
went
still
up.
charred now. Driving past it, it's still
I was in
hasn't gone back.
Was it a plumber involved?
Spain.
Was it you?
when-
Oh, here he goes. I had nothing to do with it. I was in Spain. Nothing to do with me.
No, we
Nothing
drove
to do
through
with me.
wildfires there in Portugal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had wildfires there, and literally we drove up through there a day after it happened, but everything was still black. There's like little flames popping up everywhere. All the trees were burnt. For a good 3 miles, we was driving through where it just burnt everything.
Yeah, that's people.
No, it ain't though. It's just because it's too hot and it's dry.
I don't believe that, do you?
It is.
You really believe that?
Yeah. 100%.
You're trying to go on global warming again. The thing is, right, in Australia, they have controlled fires, don't they? It's management, forestry
Do
management,
you think? Yeah.
where they do controlled fires.
Mm.
I don't know too much about it, but I think it's a bit suspicious. Don't you?
I think it's probably a mixture of both. Some of it is global warming, and some of like
I don't believe. I'm sorry.
So you're going down the
Sorry,
conspiracy theory route.
I don't believe. I'm sorry, but I just all the global warming and all this thing
okay, so
with money.
But do we know enough about it to
I don't
comment
know
on
shit.
it?
But all I know is there was an ice age and there was global warming before there was gas boilers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
so
That is all I'm saying.
Remember
Before
the-
cars, there was a global warming, wasn't there?
remember the summer.
And it weren't all on cow farts. What?
Remember the summer we had all the fires.
Yeah.
The A2 went up and everything. So in Sevenoaks, you've got Pole Hill Garden Centre, which is in the middle of a field. They had to be evacuated because a fire had started in the middle of the field, and it was an empty fire. It was an empty field. There was nothing. It was just so hot.
Definitely happens. Like you get magnifying glass, you can start a fire with that.
Yeah.
These things happen, mate. There might be like a glass sheet in the field.
Could have been. Somebody a bottle.
It could have been a bottle,
Smashed bottle in the field.
beer bottle.
That's not global warming. That is little outs. Little outs, yeah?
Oh no, that global warming is like in terms of the heat, not actually starting the fire.
No, but, you know, I think it's just a cycle, isn't it?
Because you had a thing about the gas explosions, didn't you?
What?
So you had some conspiracy theories. You mentioned about before. You thought the gas explosions were like to scare people.
No, I didn't say that.
He did.
No, what I said now, when anything happens,
Yeah.
right, there's always gas explosions
Yeah.
in this country. But when there's somebody trying to push an agenda, yeah, then you'll hear about it more.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they don't bring it up when you don't.
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about it.
that's it. So you've got all this stuff with, like, I don't want to get into a few arguments about this shit sometimes, don't we? But things like the government trying to push a scheme, I'm not even going to mention it, but
It's always to do with money, isn't
yeah,
it?
of course
It's
it
always
is.
something.
It's always to do with money. Everything, everywhere is always to do with money. It's
Like you say, there's an
it's-
agenda with
yeah,
everything.
of course it is.
I don't trust them.
All I'll say is, right, all I say is, in the 60s, London was a smog, right? A lot of days you couldn't see in front of you. Ask anyone about that. And look at like the big industrial areas like Birmingham and that, yeah? So have we not made progress since then?
Yes.
I know there's more people in the world. Do you know what I mean? I know there's more people in the world, but have we not made more progress since then in doing?
Yeah, but how have we
people
made
say-
that progress?
What?
We've
But
made
it-
that progress by them sort of charging us money to stay out of London.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. It's not,
Yeah,
again,
like
it's a
how-
money thing, isn't it?
Like this
ULEZ.
ULEZ and they start charging for Dartford. The
Everything's money in it. Everything. We were saying earlier, the Dartford crossing. We used the Dartford crossing. Right, that was only ever to pay for the bridge that was built. Now, how many times over has that money paid for that bridge?
but it's got bought out, so they're going to want to
No,
earn money,
yeah,
aren't they?
but it's like everything. But they
Yeah.
promised. They said once that's paid for, you ain't got to pay no more. But they do sell it.
They're starting to charge for
Diesel vans.
What's the tunnel? It's
Use
gone
it.
up my
Get a
head.
diesel van. Get a diesel van. They said get a diesel van. Yeah. Now look. Now
Everyone
look.
has to borrow money to buy
You
a new
got to pay.
van.
You're going to have to pay
Yeah.
to go through the Blackwall Tunnel soon.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm trying to think of then.
Yeah, you're going to have to pay to go through that soon. So not only you got to pay ULEZ, you've got to pay to go through the bloody tunnel. I know I go on about it a lot on my socials, but
It will force people not to drive because
It'll force-
ULEZ parking.
yeah, but what it does,
Blackwall.
it will force the end user, the consumer, not to be able to get a tradesman to work in their house in London. Or if they do, they're
It's
going to be paying an
expensive, yeah.
extortionate amount for a plumber, sparks, or whatever. That's the way it's going. That's what'll happen. You think you can't get a plumber now? Wait until it really hits. You know what I mean? That's my fault on it. But then, like I say, you have a look at it the other way, and you say about ULEZ, you get a ULEZ compliant van. Well, a ULEZ compliant van will cost you £550 a month, wouldn't it? If you buy
But
it.
that's
from
the thing as well. Like people will getting forced to borrow money,
Yeah,
and who's earning money when you borrow
But
money?
then-
The banks.
but what I'm saying is, you look at it from both. Like, what can you afford? You can you afford £550 a month in the current economic crisis? Yeah? Can you afford that, or which is 5.5, or can you afford 2.5, which is just pay the ULEZ in a shitty old van? The thing is, if they really wanted to tidy up London and they say no, you can't drive in at all. But because if you pay money, that makes your van compliant. Then
Yeah,
what? Well, it's either pollution or there ain't.
they're using it as an
Of course
excuse.
it is. Bollocks.
We've gone down a different route today,
I know,
haven't
What
we?
happened there? We've gone a bit.
How did that start?
We've gone a bit political. That's you. That is.
No.
You talked about forest fires, and then we got onto ULEZ.
Yeah, I've got so one more story. It's a short one, but it's quite an interesting one we could talk about. Basically, this guy has piped somebody's gas line to the filling loop, but he put when I had COVID, so he's trying to blame that he was ill. I'm trying to think, how is that possible? Piping the gas line to the filling loop. Like, it's in the same order every time.
Yeah, I know, but he's obviously just.
The gas pipe's in the middle of the boiler.
Is it though always?
No, it isn't.
It isn't.
Now
and
it
then
is.
you don't know the original runs from the original
That's
boiler.
what's happened, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Some
the
of the old
Alphas,
boilers
the
had
flame
on the
returns
left.
are both on the
Yeah,
left,
yeah.
weren't they? Yeah. So give him.
But how did you get all that water out?
Don't, because I've been on jobs and it wasn't me. I've never done it. Right. But when they turned the water on, my mate took the took the test nipple out the gas meter and out pissed water. Pissed out. It happens. People do it.
Yeah.
But
How would you?
one lack of concentration.
But once you've got water in it, how are you going to get all that out if it's running in the floor and you have to blow it out?
Yeah. Not good, is it?
Poor old boiler.
Yeah. Poor old Bob.
You try to cook, he's got water spitted at you.
Yeah.
It's like the Saltburns.
Naughty. I had a story. It's sort of like off topic now because we've gone down that road.
Have you ever voted?
Yeah, I don't vote anymore. Why?
I just wondered.
I don't vote anymore.
I'm sticking on the political. It's quite.
I don't vote. I'll tell you why I don't vote. Right? The only reason right,
I've never voted.
I voted in the what was it? The European thing. What was it?
I didn't vote.
What was that? Oh no, I can't even feel. I've gone blank. What was it called?
The election,
don't even know what I voted
Brexit.
for. Brexit. That's it.
Yeah.
Brexit. I voted in Brexit
I
only
didn't.
because
What did you vote?
I'm not going to go there. But only because the only reason I voted was because people. There'll always be somebody, right? When you say to someone, "I don't vote," there'll always be somebody who says, "Well, if you don't vote, then you can't have an opinion." Right? There'll always. The only reason I voted was for that reason. That's the only reason. So
That's not a good reason. Do you have a reason why I don't vote?
Go on.
Because I don't know enough about it to make a vote. And if I did want to look into it, they all just lie anyway.
Yeah, we
they
know
promise
they
you the world. So
we know
what's the
they
point
lie.
of voting if they're going to...
But I don't know if I've got this right. I don't know if I can confirm this, right? But the way I see it is if you vote for a government, right? This is, if you vote for a government, general election, right? And that government gets through, you're voting for their policies and their, do you know what I mean? Their laws, etc. Yeah? So that's why you vote for them, right? But then when they're in government and then they try and put these policies or laws through, well, they have to have a majority of the House. The losers get a say. Now, how does that work? Like, if you win something for the majority of the country, but then you've got to ask the fucking losers if it's all right as well, then how's that work? Am I right in saying that? Do you agree? Robbie's
that
gone
makes
quiet
sense.
now. But
I never knew that.
that's what I.
So
So
another party has to agree.
Well, the whole House, there has to be a majority in the whole House, doesn't
That's
it?
crazy.
From other parties. So
Do you know what?
It's to stop it being too,
because they have to keep it.
One party doesn't get too much power.
Yeah, I know, but
That's
but
the scary thing.
But that's the thing. If if it's a fucking race for something or a competition, the winner gets the gold medal and gets. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Competition should be the same. If the government had, I know this is where it can go wrong because you could say you're in a sort of different type of. Why did you get me on politics? Because I'm shit with politics anyway.
So am I, I'm bad, yeah.
But then you can say whether or not
This
you don't
episode's
wanna,
a bit
Yeah,
different.
but you don't want to have a dictatorship, obviously, do you? You don't want to have a dictatorship. But if most of the country are voting for them laws because they believe in that government, then why can't that government have that for a year? Yeah. And say, this is or 2 years.
But what
or
they
whatever.
say that they're going to promise should be like
We're gonna
contracted because they go back on them.
battered for this.
Do you know one thing that's
We are going to
scary?
get battered for this. We're going to get battered for this.
Could I carry it on? But one thing that's the scary is the power that one person can have. I only say this because there's a new documentary that come out about World War II. We can't even say this name, can we? So obviously Germany.
What, Charlie Chaplin?
Hitler. Hitler. The amount of power he had just to decide, right, I'm going to try and take over the world.
Dictatorship, isn't it?
Like anyone can just do that.
Yeah, no.
And then Japan just get involved because he started, so they want to try and take over America.
Depends what you want to believe, though, innit?
Yeah.
About like who
You never know
really
behind
who
it,
really
yeah.
pulls the strings, this, that, and the other. Because even though you're like got a government, who's to say that they're really controlling stuff?
I know it's the
Get a bit deep now. We're not even going to get into that.
the Matrix. What's his name? What's the Matrix guy's name?
Neo.
No.
Oh, Tate.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about Keanu Reeves. He's talking about what's his name?
I don't know who that is.
Um,
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
I didn't know you
were
were trying to work out his first name.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out his first name. Yeah. That's
He's
it.
gone a bit quiet, hasn't
Yeah, he got nicked, didn't he?
he? Yeah.
I don't know if he's still. Is he still in trouble?
House arrest, I think.
Is he under house arrest still?
But yeah, he did. Was it murder?
Human trafficking, wasn't it?
Human trafficking. Don't push something else on him.
I think we need to apologise.
What for?
This episode's completely. I think it's good to have a bit of change
We're
conversation.
just going off the cuff, isn't we? Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was going to tell a story about a shit stick, but now that's gone, isn't it?
Carl, let's go. Let's change it out. Let's get it back.
Shit stick. Well,
Someone might laugh. Everyone's probably fallen asleep in the last 10
yeah,
minutes.
you know when you have you cut soil pipes with 9-inch grinders?
4 inch.
And you done a 9-inch grinder through a cast iron stack.
Oh, cast iron stack, yes.
You ever done
Yes,
that?
definitely, yeah.
You ever done that?
I don't know if it was me that done it or the person I was working with.
You've done it. Have you done it on the?
I might have
Have
had
you
a
done
go
it on
at
the
it.
ground floor of a 4-story flat?
No, come on, I can see something covered. Didn't you tell them not to use the toilet then?
Yeah, you always do that, didn't you? Knock on the three flats above and say, "Don't use the toilet
Yeah.
for the next half an hour. We're cutting into the soil stack below." And when you've got the 9-inch grinder running, you can genuinely hear water coming before it hits the grinder. Do you know what I mean? About a second or two.
But you don't hear the shit that's coming with it.
No, but what you do see is you see a pepper spray of shit across the wall, yeah, and your clothes as that turd hits that grinder. Yeah. And my mate, he had it, he got it on a stick and he chased the apprentice around with a load of shit on the end of the stick, and the apprentice was going, "No, Brad, no. He's getting this shit. Dirty. But I called that soil stack roulette. That's what you call it.
Bit of a
Don't
gamble,
even,
innit?
don't even knock on the doors. Just do it for a laugh.
Yeah.
No,
Just put your mouth
just
open
do
underneath.
it. Is it going to happen? You know what I mean? It's fucking exciting. Spruce. What?
Say it again.
Have your mouth open underneath it.
You've been watching Saltburn. Are you sure you ain't watched Saltburn?
Is that what it is?
Not too far off.
I used to, yeah.
What? Eat shit?
No, I don't know if I should say.
Cut that.
I don't know if I should say this, but I'm known to shit anywhere.
Oh yeah, I shit anyway. You always shit in the back of a van in a bucket, didn't you?
No, I've done worse.
Oh yeah, where?
On a ski slope.
Yeah. I can see that.
But I felt bad. So I was hovering,
Yeah.
and they was all watching my mates. We stopped at this little side of the piste, and then people. It was quite a quiet slope though. It wasn't really busy. And then I was hovering. I was like, "Shall I?" Then people started. People were coming down. I was like, "Quick! People were coming!" So I like shit on tap. Like if you say shit, it's coming out. So I done it, and I thought, no, I can't do it before they come down. I hovered over it. I couldn't let their skis go through.
What was you
my foot.
hovering over?
The snow.
The snow. I thought you were standing like at the edge of a cliff.
No. So so I pooped on the slope,
Did you?
but I had to get rid of it. I couldn't move away for them to go through it. I just felt bad. So
Was it on a mogul slope?
No.
Just cover that over. Looks part of the fucking.
I think we cut
landscape.
that bit out.
No, we ain't. We're not cutting that out. I tell you what, right? Would it be bad though? Because I was talking about skiing the other day. Because I do snowboarding, a bit of snowboarding when I can. And when I went to Canada, imagine this, right? So we were off piste. Imagine if you had to have a shit, right? You did, right? You're having a shit, and you're taking a little hover, right? And while you're there, all of a sudden your mate's there, and then he shouts to you, "Pete! There's a fucking bear! There's a bear!" Imagine that. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like
No.
while you're shitting. Because
Yeah,
they have bears in Canada, didn't they? I was off piste in Canada, and all I did was look round, and all the trees had fucking bear hair on. Makes you feel a bit unnerving. Do you know what I mean? Imagine that having a shit in a bear.
I really want to see a bear in the wild. When we was away, I really
they'll
wanted
take your
to.
fucking head off. They will.
This is a mad story, and this is true. You wouldn't never believe it.
But that makes me think it's not true. When somebody says this is a mad story, this is true, and you'd never believe it, makes me think. Right, go on.
Walter Mitty.
Walter Mitty.
This guy at the rugby club, he put a photo in our group. This must have been about 3-4 years ago. He said, "I've just been attacked by a bear," and he had like the claw marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
So they was doing like a barbecue. I'm sure it was America, next to a lake, and this bear started walking towards his girlfriend. So she was like up the bank a bit,
So
and
he
he was like
pushed
near
her
the
in
lake. He rugby tackled the bear.
He rugby tackled the bear.
Rugby tackled the bear. Because that's what they say. You got to come at the bears, not run away. You need to stand up to them. You don't believe that, do you? Trust me, rugby tackled the bear.
How big was he?
Who?
Your mate.
He was 6 foot something. Go on, say it.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you sniffing?
I'm not going to discredit
you got a cold?
I mean, like you tell me your mate rugby tackled a bear. I'll believe it. I'll believe it. You know what I mean?
Well, no, he had the claws on his back, so he must have gone near
That
it
might have been
somehow.
his missus.
Yeah.
That might have been. That he might have got so drunk,
Mm.
yeah, that his missus done that to him.
I'll try and find a photo for you.
Yeah, find it for me.
Mm.
Those things are dangerous. They take your fucking head off. What? One swipe.
You wouldn't want to mess with them, would you?
Fuck that. Anyway, so
Yeah, I want to ask you something.
all right, go on.
I don't want to call you out though. Did you go to boxing last Monday?
No,
Or
I
was it too
didn't.
late?
No, it's too late.
Did you go any day that?
No, I
Monday?
didn't because
Did you smoke?
yes,
You're
don't lie, do I?
gonna go tonight? It's Monday.
Yes, tonight I'm going.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Shake on it.
I'm going tonight.
That might get you stop smoking once you start training.
That's the idea. I like to leave things a bit late. I don't know if you've noticed. Don't like to just go with the sheep. I go at my own pace and I'll do it when I decide.
Do what?
Give up something or start something.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Do it in your own time. Quit for a week.
You got it. Anyway, right. So we're wrapping this up now. So next week, we're back with overtime. But this Thursday, we have got another guest.
And that is
Ken Hudson from Hudson Island
Ken
Service.
Hudson. It is, yeah. Is it going to be that Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That was a good one. He's got such a good energy.
Yeah, tune
Love
into
him.
that one. Kenny Hudson from Hudson Island Service. That is one to watch. We had a good laugh, didn't we?
Mm.
Flowed. It absolutely
Very good.
flowed.
Yeah. Very good.
So I'm looking forward to actually seeing how that one comes out from our editing team
Yeah.
behind the scenes. Thank you very much for all your help and hard work.
And thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. See you Thursday.